do the introduction.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Let me know when to go.
That's it. It's ready to go whenever you are.
All right, folks. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
This is the podcast. My name is Madman Maple, a.k.a. Mark Maple. And with me, well, what the fuck? We're both doing a podcast. I'm not the main host.
That's true.
With me, it's the guy that everyone loves.
They do?
He's a cutie. No, yes, you are. Stop it. You're a cutie.
I feel like a lot of people hate me.
No, you're funny. No, it doesn't matter. You're a cutie and you're funny. Everyone, please welcome Mr. Jordan Quattlebaum.
Hello. How you guys doing? This is very awkward because I've had many, many failed podcast attempts. And I think the key element was having someone to actually fucking talk to. So this is great. I'm happy to be here, and actually, hopefully we can keep this shit going.
That's the past here. You had I don't know how many failed podcast attempts you've had. I know you
2.
had I don't want to work at my job anymore podcast or whatever.
Yeah, that was the main one. So I started that one in 2018, and I would make like 5 episodes, and then I would listen back and be like, I fucking hate this, and then delete them.
You deleted your own goddamn podcast?
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh my, what?
But because the whole thing, I tried doing Chris D'Elia style, where I was just like talking to myself, and
so you did a podcast on your own, talking to yourself.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's difficult to do.
And I just felt like it was too much of me going, because I was running out of fucking shit to say. At least if I have a buddy with me, we can bounce off of each other and be, what do you feel about this, Mark? And you're like, what do you feel about this, Jordan? And it's like back to back.
Yeah.
And
I try to do a few Twitch streams by myself where I don't have a guest. I'm like, even though I'm playing a fucking video game, it's just like, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, I get that too. Like, I can stream games without a guest, but I am way funnier when I have somebody in here.
Something to bounce off of.
Yeah, it's just because we're comedians and we like people's attention, so we're just like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the, notice me please.
Yeah, for sure.
I had
a podcast fucking 5-6 years ago.
Really?
Great name for it. It was called The Cult of Incompetence. What a fucking great name for a podcast.
How come you could come up with that, but we can't come up with the name for this podcast?
Look, damn it. Hear me out. I don't know. I know. God damn, whenever I mention this fucking name of this podcast, everybody goes, that's a fucking great name.
That is a good... Mine literally, I had Help Me Quit My Job, which the whole premise was...
It's earnest.
Yeah.
It's earnest, yes.
It was basically like, help me become a comedian so I can live my dream and quit my job.
We all feel that way, yes.
And then I was going to interview comedians, musicians, and be like, what do you do for a living and what do you want to be? Or what are you doing to pursue that? And then I don't think it's canceled. I still kind of do it. There's that side series thing I do, the podcast quickie, where it's like a minute segment, but it's not really a podcast. It's like a skit kind of.
That's a thing you throw on Instagram. It's a 1 minute.
Yeah, it's a podcast, but it's not really a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So other than that, yeah, those are the only ones. I was gonna do this whole thing with Nick and TC, buddies of mine, if you guys know them. We were going to do a Broken Comics podcast, but, TC moved, and then Nick just didn't feel like doing it, and which was understandable. Some people don't want to talk. Like, he says he didn't want to put, like, stuff out there, which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
But...
I kept talking fucking Nick Michelson. Shout out to Nick Michelson.
Love you, Nick. We love you.
He gets all worked up, and I talk him. I'm yeah, God damn it.
Great impression.
And then he'll get mad, and then he'll do an open mic, and it doesn't go well. Oh, God damn it, fuck! I'm not with a shit. And then he'll get worked up, and you gotta talk to him in the parking lot about shit. And then he'll do well, and then it's like the greatest thing ever when he does extremely well. And then we hug, and then we embrace, and then I don't know, when that guy does well, it makes everybody happy. It's perfect because he's a very talented guy. And we all want to see him do well. And then when he doesn't do well, it's like, shit. And he always seems like he's going through the biggest trials and tribulations of being a comic, which we all do.
Yeah,
then,
Nick's a lot like that dad that was very, very hard on you growing up, like wanted you to be the best at every sport you did and stuff. And he never really said "I love you," but then when you have that moment where like he feels good after a set, he gives you a hug for the first time, and you're like, "Papa, thank you."
Yes, and it's a big warmth hug because he's so fucking big. You know,
he's a little teddy bear. He's so sweet. Like he'll fuck you up if you fuck him over. But he is a sweetheart if you're sweet to him.
I don't think I've ever gotten a big beef with him other than me drinking.
I've seen him get angry with people.
This is what happened. One time I was drinking a fucking Arnold Palmer with vodka in it. And I was like, boy, this is a great Arnold Palmer with vodka in it. I was drinking it. This is so great. He was like, can I have some of it? I'm like, no. I say, hey, man, that's fucking rude. Fuck you. We almost got in a fight.
Dude.
It all stirred over me not giving him a swig of my drink.
It sucks because, the whole, like, I can't drink shit. So, like, every single time we go out places, it's like, all of them are like, let's go get drinks, let's go do this, let's go do that. And then they're like, hey, Jordan, we're going to go hang out at this random bar. You want to go? And I'm just like, no. And they're like, wow, you hate us, don't you? You don't want to come hang out with your buddies? And it's like, what am I going to do as a person who doesn't drink? Just sit in the... Now... When we do some of those other, like, bars with, like, karaoke and shit, it's like, okay, at least I have something to do. But, like, I'm not, like, a social, really, person.
I'm kind of like you, though. I need a bar. My perfect bar is, like, if it has a pool table.
Yeah,
or
like, if it had something.
Machine. Like, I went to a punk rock bar, and I was like, this is stupid punk rock. This is gay. I don't like punk rock.
What the fuck?
And then I saw, like, a Defender machine. I was like, dude, that's an old-school Defender machine. It was like 50 cents a game. This is great. And I had the time of my life, even though I'm still drinking, but I don't want to get drunk throughout the night, talking to people. So if it's a fucking bar with other things to do, that's where I'm in heaven. That's why I like going to my cigar bar, because like, oh, cool, I get to smoke cigars and just bullshit.
I haven't got to go to the scoreboard yet, which hopefully...
Oh, I said...
Coin Op, you mean?
Coin Op we went to.
That was fucking fun.
That's a great bar.
That was so much fun. Like,
hey,
literally...
scoreboard, they have like a fucking pool table there.
Oh, okay, cool.
So when I went there last time, I was like, this is great. I was playing pool with people. I was like, this is great in comics and shit. And I was like, this is such a nice night. I even went on stage, like, this is such a good night. This is such a cool crowd of people. And I did nothing but LGBTQ jokes, and it offended these lesbian women. And they got mad at me, and then it wasn't a good time anymore.
It's always fun. It's always fun when you offend people, right? Like, it's so. Was it the joke? Was the joke like crazy out of pocket, or was it like a little bit, like a little kind of like a, you know what I mean?
My joke was, "Hey everybody, it's Pride Month." I looked up the whole acronym, right? And it's like LGBTQQIP2SAAQQ plus.
Wow,
and
you remembered all that?
Sorta. I'm paraphrasing. And then, but there is a 2 in there. I swear to Christ, there's a fucking 2 in there.
Like a number 2?
Yes. And then and then there's an I in there. So I was like, hey everybody, does the I stand for incest? And that pissed people.
Okay, but here's the thing though. It's like, I mean, maybe it's because I'm a comedian and I get it. Like, I don't get why people like would take that serious. Obviously, you don't mean it, and it's just you make it a little like. Obviously, you don't like you don't. You're not like hateful towards like LGBTQ or anything like that.
But these 3 lesbian women were hardcore about it. So when I said that, they were like, does it stand for incest? And they're like, intersex. And they were just pissed off. But from what I know later, they were mad about a whole bunch of other comics. They were mad at
everything.
They were mad at Dane Nichols. They were mad at Connor Martin. They were just mad at everybody. And then from what I heard afterwards, they were just pissed off all throughout the night.
I love those guys.
Yeah,
I love those to all of them.
Shout out to Dane Nichols, who's gonna be. I have good feelings about him.
Oh, dude, he threw a kick. Yeah, shout out to Dane for sure. He threw a kick-ass show at Vince's. Vince's is always like hit or miss, like open mic wise and show wise. And he threw a show where actually everyone shut up and fucking listened, which was great.
Yes.
Like how many you've been to Vince's as much as I have? How many fucking times is people either are not listening or like you get 1 or 2 or people are drunk?
Damn it, throw it in that back room or throw it outside. Do not throw it in that damn bar area.
I feel like ever since they did that, that's a good point. So
just because in the back area, you come out of it's a little room, side pocket room, and the in front outdoor area, everyone's listening. But man, that fucking bar area, goddamn.
Yeah,
but
nobody gives a fucking shit. Because I think what it is the bar is just, of course, the people there to come to drink. That's all they fucking care about. If you
when it's in that bar area, I work on my shouting at people material.
Yeah, best time to do it.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to outside or the back room, it's like those people are going in there because they know there is comedy.
Yeah.
So it's like when the guys come in to drink, if we're outside, they're like, oh, there's comedy. They'll just go inside.
Yeah.
Or if they're going to the back room, what's happening back here? Oh, there's comedy, and they stay at the bar. So it's like, good. Don't watch it if you don't want to watch it. But it's fun to yell at hecklers sometimes.
But Dane Nichols is a good man.
Yeah.
He had me on his podcast. He tried to do a Joe Rogan philosophical podcast with me, and that didn't work out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a retarded guy, basically. I'm kind of stupid. I don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm just like...
I don't know if you heard the first thing I said when I got on stage. I said me and Dane look like a before and after photo, but it's bad. You don't know which direction it's going. I look like Dane in like 5 years, and then he was like, I took that as a compliment. I was like, nah, why being sweet? I'm trying to make fun of myself.
Yeah.
But
that picture of you online of the crew cut, or whatever the hell that is, you kind of look like a fucking little badass back in the day.
I used to shave my own head. I used to cut my own hair.
Again, you look like a big bully.
I think it's just the big head, man. Like, I have a big ass head.
Again, I mean, as a kid in high school, if it was gym class, I wouldn't want to fuck with you. I think I'd stand against the fence if I saw you around.
I was always very, I didn't talk to many people in high school. Of course, you can look at me and tell that.
What was you? Okay, you did weightlifting at one point, right?
And during I bigger in high school, and then a little after high school, and then I kind of stopped. I'm getting back into it though, so look out. I'm getting back.
No, I'm not. I will never test you because I know you were into boxing and weightlifting.
I want to make this clear because Mark always says this to people. He's like, Jordan used to be a fighter and all that. I am not good. I never actually did compete or actually did fights. I've only sparred and I've trained. I'd never have competed or anything like that.
I'm not gonna fucking test you. I'm never gonna get in a big argument because of this. Still,
you want a knuckle sandwich?
Hear me out. I've seen a lot of videos of these. No offense, these nerdy-looking guys where people pick on them, and then before you know it, the picker-upper gets his ass handed to, and then the guy gets him an arm bar and beats the shit out of him and makes him look embarrassing. I'm not going to do that to you. I know you have a history of weightlifting and sparring, and you're probably a little mean little bastard. I'm never going to fucking test you.
I'm only mean if you give me a reason to be. I am you know me. I'm the most sweetest, nicest person, I think.
I don't know that.
No, but if you hurt me or my family or friends, then you are dead.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Family, if anyone were to hurt you, I'd fuck them up because it's like, don't fuck with my people, my friends.
You sounds like you mean that too, so I'm never gonna fucking test you.
No, but if anyone tests you, I'll fuck them up too.
Oh my god.
Depending, unless you have the mafia on you or some shit, I'll be like, Mark, you need to leave town, bro. I can't take on the whole mafia.
I wish I had mafia ties. Okay, so we want to do an intro for this first podcast.
Yeah.
Jordan's been doing comedy for what, 3 years, right? 2 or 3 years?
Almost 4.
4 years.
3.5. We're at about a little over 3.5.
Okay, cool. 3.5. I've done it. If you yank out the COVID, I don't know, year and a half. If you yank out the COVID,
with the COVID in hand, did you how much time did you take off because of COVID?
A lot.
Months?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of it March of 2020. I was like, all right, I'm starting to get into the groove of things. This is great. And then COVID happened. It was like, fuck. And then I was just like, I did one of those Zoom shows, and I was just like, this sucks.
I never did Zoom. I almost did, but then Well, I took the whole month of April off.
Yeah.
May came around, and I did 2 backyard shows. One with Carlos Rodriguez.
Ooh, look at that.
And they were packed. Like, it was like an underground shit where... Shout out to Carlos Rodriguez. He's an amazing comedian.
Yeah.
He invited me to come out and for these people's birthday party, and they said they don't care. Like, they just want to, like... have some comedy. And
you really didn't give a fuck about the COVID, even during the month of May.
I'd rather
really,
I'd rather die if I couldn't do comedy.
That's fucking great. That's sick.
So,
I'm glad you said that. You were the first COVID like fuck this shit of anybody where you're just like, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'll take my goddamn chance.
Of course, if I don't ever want to put anyone in jeopardy or anything like that, but like for example, it was a party. Like for friends and family, so it's
come on, admit it. You were like, I don't care. I'm gonna do it. I don't give a shit.
I'm there, and if it's
you're
like,
when it comes to comedy, you're a dog in a rabbit cage.
Yeah.
Or a rabid dog in a cage. You're like, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. Bark, bark, bark. I don't give a shit.
Bark, bark, bark.
You're like, okay, fucking back her show. I don't give a shit. And they released you. That's how it was.
No, but after I did that, I was like, bro, like I need to I gotta figure out how to keep doing this. So that's when you know how I've been doing Q-Bomb comedy and stuff. I was like, I should make myself a website now because you know what I mean. I can start booking, have people like hit me up for parties and stuff. So I started doing QBombComedy.com.
Oh my god!
Shout out! This is our sponsor.
Go for it. I don't give a shit.
But yeah, like so you know I've been doing Q-Bomb comedies for I think like for stand up. 2 years, but fun fact, I actually used to have Q-Bomb Comedy as my name on MySpace. I wish I could pull those skits for you. I used to call it... Huh?
Question. So, okay, this is your dark passive comedy.
Yeah.
Before comedy, you were doing YouTube skits. Was this ever on YouTube, or was it just on MySpace?
Both.
Or... I gotta watch some old shit.
A lot of those videos are gone because, you know, when I got into high school and stuff, some of them I got a little embarrassed and deleted them. But
you know what?
On my main YouTube channel, you know the one that you saw me with the buzz cut?
Yeah.
All those videos are still on there. So you can go all the way down.
Did I ever fucking subscribe to this shit? Okay, what the fuck is it?
Just my
Tell
name.
me right now.
Jordan Quattlebaum. Just my name.
That's it? That's it? Okay.
Yeah. But anyways... It started, I used to do it on MySpace. At 12, 13 years old is when I first started.
I never fucking subscribed. I'm a fucking asshole.
Wow, I'm subscribed to you.
I never fucking subscribed.
I'm unsubscribing.
Okay, now I am.
So, yeah, I would,
There's your face. There's your face. Look at you. Look at you. I'm looking a little youngling fucking Jordan Quattlebaum.
There's one, I don't know if I... privated it or not. I'll send it to you. There's one where like you saw how short my hair was in that photo I posted. It was shorter than that. Like I had it buzzed at one point too. But anyways, I used to be on MySpace and my mom had like this old camera and I would take her camera and then film little skits with it. But the thing is I didn't know about video editing. So what I'd have to do is there's a button on it where you can pause your video. So I would film a clip and then click the button and then push it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was annoying because I'd upload these skits and then before the next scene would happen, you hear a because I would push the button on the camera. So like it was super annoying because I'd be like, what are you doing? And then the next scene, what are you talking about? It was like... So it was called the Q-Bomb Comedy Show. That's what I called it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was mostly for my friends and family, you know, on MySpace because, you know, I was 12 at the time.
My God, you're starting to do you had big aspirations when you were 12. You're like, I'm going to do this shit right now.
Yeah, I was very inspired by, like, you know, SNL and a lot of YouTubers and stuff. And then when I got about 13, 14 is when I started my YouTube channel. So a lot of those videos just made their way to YouTube. And then over time, I got older and I was like, I don't want people to see this. And then a lot of them I deleted, but a lot of them I was like, I'm going to keep.
Guess what, buddy? I had a YouTube channel for 10 years. I started when I was 21. I never deleted a single video. It's
See,
all
like,
out there.
21's not bad. Like, I'm 24. So, like, that's not bad. Like, I had videos when I was fucking 12, 13. Like, they were embarrassing.
I didn't have the tech, damn it. Okay,
I had a
so
speech,
you're saying...
I had a speech impediment. Did you know that?
What's that?
I used to have a speech impediment. I don't think I've told any of you guys this. With
God.
R words. So I'd be like, hey girl, or woo-wee, and what, like, you know, anything with R. Like, I had a friend named Ruben. I'd call him Woobin. So my mom, this pisses me off because I thought I did
one video. Can we watch one video from when you were 12 years old?
I have one, but I have to look for it. We'll do it in the next. I'll get it.
We're not gonna judge you. Hear me out. You're a 12-year-old kid.
Okay.
You're a fucking 12-year-old kid. We're not gonna judge you that harshly. Okay.
Next episode, I'll find the clip and we'll play it. So I have one because I thought I deleted all of them, but my mom kept one. And it's me trying to set. It's like an infomercial. My mom is filming it for me, and I have my cat. My cat's name was Wookie, and I called him. What was it? I totally ripped off this YouTube thing I seen too. Like it was like you know those when ShamWow was a big thing.
Yes.
I forgot what YouTube channel they were making fun of the ShamWow. They called it like the Sham Woo or the Sham Woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
Niga Higa, I think it was. That was the channel. Anyways, so I had my cat and I called it the Sham Wookie, and I tried to sell my cat and my Chihuahua, and that was the skit. That was it.
It sounds adorable.
And I was 12, and I had the speech impediment. I had a puka shell, a fucking stupid necklace.
No, those were cool back in the day. Don't poo-poo those. In 2006, we all loved those.
My mom. Oh man, dude, I think I could get it for you right now, but the thing is, I can't pull it up.
Yeah, we can't because of the tech. Yeah, right now.
But I will show you next time for sure. But it was that's the reason. Once you see this video, you'll see why I deleted a lot of the videos.
Like, I think it's adorable.
I used to do this thing called the Walking Adventures. I had 5 episodes where it was just me and my friends walking to a store, getting chips and walking home. But it's that
sounds badass. That sounds like a great.
And me pushing them in the bushes and stuff.
That sounds badass. What are you talking about? Are you telling me now, as the comic you are, and me, how I am now, as a 32-year-old man, I'm not going to enjoy you as a 15-year-old kid walking to the store and getting chips? Is that what you're saying?
No, you're not going to. It's.
I enjoy. Hear me out though. I enjoy because a buddy of mine was like showing me his old videos. A personal friend of mine, like from 8 years ago, and they're not great, but it is fun watching our past when we were trying to create anything at all. I don't know. I would get a kick out of it. I'm not gonna make fun of you. You know that.
I don't
you
care.
beat the shit out of me. You know that.
The thing that's funny.
Hear me out. You're an alpha male, okay? You're the Chad. I'm the virgin.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're the guy who works out, you know how to spar, you have a girlfriend, and you would beat the shit out of me if I made fun of you.
Stop.
I don't know.
I kind of do regret deleting a lot of. I wish I would have. But the thing is I think some of them are still on my MySpace. But the thing is I don't remember none of the logging information.
MySpace is, dude. Nobody has
exactly.
that shit.
I think MySpace. I heard that they wiped everybody's accounts anyways.
Yeah.
So they're just lost. But I just think it's it makes me happy because, like, my family, it makes fun of me for it to this day because now I throw comedy shows under Q-Bomb Comedy. Yeah. Back when I was 12, I had a web show called the Q-Bomb Comedy Show.
God damn. You know what? You wouldn't talk about fucking marketing, you know?
Yeah. Dream started when I was 12.
Way back in the day, he was like, you know what? It works, and it's stuck, and that's just how it is. He picked a name, and it stuck, and that's just... You know what? It's like my deal. I named myself a long time ago, Madman Maple, when I did stupid beer reviews on YouTube 10 years ago. And guess what? I still kind of do it to this day.
Yeah, and I want to start bringing up. I had a fun idea. I was thinking about finding all the skits that I have of me when I was younger and recreating them as a grown man. I think it'd be really funny.
It would work.
Yeah.
You should do it. You know what? If you apply yourself, you should do anything. Oh my. So anyway, I'm looking at my old YouTube videos. It was a lot of flannel shirts. It was an awful mustache. It was all filmed in my room when I lived with my mom, and it was just beer reviews. And then, do you know the wrestling company TNA?
Yeah.
I did a lot of TNA brown bag unboxings where I'd fucking I'd order something and they'd give me random DVDs and a T-shirt. And unfortunately, I still left these fucking videos online. And then goddamn Matt Medina, shout out to Matt Medina.
Oh, he found them?
He found them and he said he watched all of them while he was stoned. And he had a great time laughing at me.
I have this dumb video. So what the Q-Bomb comedy show thing, it was mostly a MySpace thing, and then I kind of brought it to YouTube, but then my friend was like, we should do a channel together, and we made our own channel together. And then that's when I stopped doing the Q-Bomb comedy show, you know what I mean? Because I started making my own thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I still have the channel, but the thing that sucks is he took it over, like, when we, like, stopped doing, like, when I made my own YouTube channel and shit, and he deleted, like, hell of the videos on it, and I was mad, because some of them were actually, like, really funny, and he only kept, like, 5 videos, but there's this one, it's literally, just us at the pumpkin patch zip lining. Like, it's just that, you know what I mean? It's dumb shit.
It sounds wonderful. Again, I want to watch these. I'm not sure if they're any good, but I
They're
do
not
want to
at
watch
all. I have some. I'll put some together and then we'll watch them.
Mine I was proud of. I did a beer review and I was like, hey everybody, this is when Twitter hashtags were becoming a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey folks, we're gonna get this video viral. So I want you to tweet this to Hulk Hogan, my hero in life. Hashtag Hogan's thermos cock. And I want you to tweet this to him. Let's get this video viral, folks. This beer review, and make sure to tweet it directly to him. I got 20 people to actually do it on Twitter, and then Hulk Hogan blocked me.
He blocked you?
Yeah, he blocked me. It was great. That was my proudest moment on YouTube.
What?
Okay, at the time he had this sex tape where a buddy of his filmed him having sex with his wife. It was a Florida swinger thing. And then yeah, so that happened at the time. And then during the video, the guy who wrote the article about it, Gawker, which got sued by Hulk Hogan, he wrote that, I'm not going to display it here, but Hulk Hogan has a big dick. He has a thermos-sized cock. That's what he wrote in the article, which made me very happy as a Hulkamaniac, you know? To finally know that Hogan has a big dick.
Yeah, of course.
So then I did that. One video I did, this is when everybody was doing crowdfunding and shit. It was just called Give Madman $1 Million. And I begged for money on the video. Just give me money. Just wire it over to me. I don't give a shit.
Man, I think... I don't know, man. It's I do think it's crazy because like at that age when I was young too, I wanted to be like a comedian, but it was also like I don't know where to go with this, and then I just made the skits. I just think it's weird how like when you're a kid and or even when you're younger, it's just weird of the shit you could say. Like the fact that you were such a WrestleManiac fan and then fucking get blocked by like, would you say he's one of your idols? I guess.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy to me to think about. Is like that's like if me like one of my idols is Steve Martin, and then I'm just like, I got blocked by Steve Martin. Like how? Like that's insane to me.
Tell him you're like, hey everybody, tell him on Twitter right now that the Pink Panther movies were shit. I need you right now.
I like the Pink Panther movies.
That bothers me. You posted a clip. You posted a clip of Pink Panther 2.
Yeah, it was
I shook my head. I shook my head.
You gotta admit, it was a good fucking quote. I don't care what anyone says. A woman is like an artichoke.
So you're going to defend those years of Steve
Of
Martin.
course it's not amazing. It's wacky stupid.
Did you like Cheaper by the Dozen in those
Yes,
movies
I
too?
did.
Oh my God.
Not the second one as much as the first one, but it's a cute family movie.
It was a cute movie, all right. Now,
do I think it's his best? No, but do I like it? Yeah, I can watch it.
The one I was from those years I liked was actually Bringing Down the House because it was so stupid.
But hang on, I actually like that's a fun thing. So I loved Bringing Down the House growing up, right?
Yeah.
And my girlfriend's like, "Oh, I'd never seen it," and I was like, "Oh, well, we were at like Rasputin's in Modesto. Is that where it is?"
Sure.
And then I was like, "Oh, like look, they have it here for like $3. Like I'll buy it and let's watch it." And she's like, "Okay." And bro, we watch it. It's a lot more racist than I remember.
There is one scene where this old lady sings
Betty White.
It wasn't Betty White. I'm not
Betty
sure
White.
Who it was. Okay, she sings this fucking goddamn slave song at a dinner table.
For real, like
in front of Queen Latifah. And I remember even as a kid, I was like, "Wow, this is pretty fucking rough."
Yeah, even like the part where she's like yelling outside the house, like "You was my baby daddy," blah blah blah, and then he pushes her in the bush. Betty White comes out. She goes, "What was that? I thought there was an N-word out here." I'm like, "What? You can't say that." And then it was all by Betty White, by the way. Like literally, the son. She goes, "You need to cut your hair. You're looking like an F-word." Just straight up. I'm like, "You can't say that."
I gotta watch this Bringing Down the House.
Dude, literally watch it. And then he does that.
The worst scene is when the old lady sings the fucking slave song at the goddamn dinner table. That scene is just like, whoa, what the hell is going on here?
Her saying the N-word's pretty bad as well, Mark, but
the slave song's really uncalled for.
But it's funny because it's all from Betty White.
You know what, everybody? I highly recommend Bringing Down the House, regardless. If you're gonna watch Steve Martin movies, The Jerk. I'd say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is my favorite one.
Yeah, that one. It's a good one. I like that one. I got his.
Me and Nick Michelson during that trip. It felt like that during.
Oh, I bet.
He was even dressed like him at certain points.
Did you guys have that emotional scene in the hotel when Nick's like, "Yeah,
I like me.
I like me. My kids like me.
My kids like me." It was
I'm the whole deal.
I'm the whole deal. At one point, even as like stuff was spewed across the sink, I was like, "Oh my god, it's that fucking movie right now. We're living in that fucking movie."
Jeez. Was it like that, or was it more like Tommy Boy?
I would say more like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay.
Tommy Boy is just we're having a fun adventure across the goddamn United States kind of a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I would relate more to Steve Martin than to David Spade because he's just flat out a jerk in that movie.
Yeah, he is kind of a dickhead like every 2 seconds. I mean, that's his character, not him as a person.
That's his character, yes, for sure. But me, I was more of the uptight, like, trying to get everything done while he was like the bubbling, lovable, but crazy guy.
That's our buddy, man.
That's our buddy. So I'm burping all throughout this podcast because I've had a few.
Oh, you're fine. I just had a Slurpee. I dropped it. Fuck! I dropped the cup holder.
That makes me happy.
Cup holder? It's a fucking, why'd I say cup holder? It's a... Why can't I say this?
I just love that you like the Steve Martin era where he was just clearly collecting paychecks in the 2000s.
Well, yeah, of course, but it's also
You ever see that movie Novocaine where it's like a dark comedy?
It sounds hella familiar. Is it him?
Yeah, it's him. It's a movie where he
I bought it because it was on sale.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. It's on my shelf.
Watch it. It's a weird ass movie.
I don't know if I've ever showed you this. Oh wait, you don't have a camera, which sucks. I bought Steve Martin's newest book. Well, it's not really a book. It's like a comic book.
Yeah.
Comic
books. What the fuck?
So, it's you know like the newspaper comics where it's like 3 slides or whatever, and it's like a joke.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a collection of those. He has this guy Harry Bliss. he drew them. So what happened is Steve Martin would write the joke, and then Harry Bliss would draw the image for the joke. You see what I mean?
I see.
So like it's this book called a wealth of pigeons, and I got it and he signed it, which is pretty cool. Like I have
you have the signature of him. Oh my god.
Yeah, I have his signature and Harry Bliss's signature, which is pretty cool. So I'm really happy that I have one of my idols' signatures.
Have you ever met this man?
No, but I'm really excited because me and my girlfriend are talking. I might go see him in Reno.
Oh my god, when's this?
August.
Is this a ukulele show with his band, or him? He doesn't do comedy anymore, right?
No, he does comedy. Him and Martin Short, they do a duo show.
I did not know this.
Oh, you do? They have a special. It's pretty. It's okay. It's pretty entertaining. There's like they do like musical numbers, and then they have like comedy in it and stuff like that. It's him and Martin Short.
You want to know something funny? Because you want to meet one of your heroes in life, right?
Yeah.
My hero in comedy in life is Norm Macdonald, right?
Yeah, I totally see it with you too.
And I went to San Jose to watch him in person, but he was funny, but he was a little off. I think he was on some pills that night.
Probably.
I think he was. I've heard things he's on pills these days, but who gives a shit? I got to see him.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but I was talking to some other comics, and believe it or not, Connor Martin and AJ DeMello were there that night to watch him too.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. I just was like, I don't know.
Small world, huh? That's
small
crazy.
world. And but they hated the first two openers in front of them. But here's the deal: the middle act had a stretch because Norm was late, so the middle act had to do 40 minutes.
Oh my god! So imagine going to do a 10-15 minute set and you have to double
you got to
that.
stretch to 40.
That's crazy.
Norm is late. You would be probably pissed off too if that was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially if if it's like not my crowd and I know like okay, at least these jokes I know will work, and then you have to like stretch it. You're like fuck, now I have to.
And everybody's just waiting around for the guy who's. The only guy who's advertised.
Yeah, that's like if you go to see Robin Williams and then like there's just these random like little guys like who I'm like, dude, I paid for Robin Williams. Where the fuck is he?
But after
like, no
the
disrespect
show,
to them, of course, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah. And after the show, me and my buddy were waiting around like groupies, like we want a picture, and we waited around like 30 minutes, and we're like, oh fuck it, he's not gonna show up. So then we got burritos, some nearby spot.
That's a great trend. Like I would of course love to meet like my two idols is him and Robin Williams. Of course, Robin Williams passed away.
Oh, you gotta hurry up. I mean, the other one's gonna kill himself too if that's the case. I mean, you gotta hurry up, dude. He's getting up there in age. I mean, he's nearly 80, right?
Like 76, yeah.
He's up there now. You gotta hurry up, dude.
Well, that's why I'm like, this is probably like one of my only chances I ever get to see him live, because I'm so jealous because I talked to I think it was my girlfriend's dad who told me this. Like he got to see him when he was a kid. Like he got to see him like when he was in
stadium show,
like his prime, yeah, like buddy years and all. And I was
he used to do stadium shows, and he used to be project in front of like fucking 40,000 people.
Yeah, that's like if you see my act, I like being energetic and goofy. That's my favorite. I like
stadium show would be fucking weird because from what I heard was the sound quality sucks, so you have to be projecting in front of everybody and be energetic as a motherfucker.
Yeah, it depends too. Well, back then especially, yeah. But now I think it's a little bit better because they have the good equipment and shit now.
Yeah, for sure.
But like back then, he did it also for the special. He was outside as well.
Yeah,
it was an outside stadium, so that's even harder. But anyways, the fact that I just wish I could have had a moment to see him. Of course, I wasn't even alive, but to see him in his prime would have been awesome. But this is, you know what I mean. This is still awesome to be able to see him in person. Be like he's real.
I hope you cry in front of him if you meet him.
I don't know if I'll cry.
I hope you're a big blubbering baby in front of him. You screw it all up.
But just like you say with Norm Macdonald, you're like, oh yeah, he was on, like Robin Williams was on tons of fucking coke.
Yes.
But you know what I mean? Still a great comedian. Still amazing.
Still was.
He quit when he quit doing coke because of his heart stuff afterwards. He still was funny.
And then he wasn't. and then he got
Well,
mad.
he still is funny. It's just, yeah. Anyways,
I want to break your spirits. I'm sure you've
I
heard.
know. Rest in peace. I miss the dude, really. I watch his movies, I get sad.
I'm sure you've heard about his past of stealing jokes from people.
So yes, I did. Apparently, it was like one or two instances, and then he apologized for it. I guess said that it was like over the head, like, you know what I mean?
How much joke thievery did you think there was back in the day before
Probably
the
a lot.
internet? Probably a whole shit ton.
I mean, I think a lot of joke thievery too is, how do I say this? I feel like there are a lot of joke thieves, but I also feel like sometimes there's what's the word?
People parallel thinking.
Yes, that's what I meant too. Like, for example, maybe I heard your bit before, and then I accidentally didn't realize that I've heard you say it before. But you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I feel like that happens, and then like those comedians actually can like suck it up and be like, "Holy shit, yeah, you're right. I apologize."
When I was filling in to host your open mic, I asked a couple of comics, "Hey, I'm gonna do this thing." Where I go, "Hey, the next comic, this man needs no introduction," and just hand him the mic, you know.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, "Don't do that. We've heard that 80 other times. That's
See, but,
hack."
yeah, like that's what I like. I get it, but it's also like, come on. Like some people, what was the one? Like, I've heard this one a billion times when there's a comedian on stage, at like a theater show, and you know those those seats like 3 stories high in a theater. They go, "You in the Abe Lincoln seat, boom! Oh, too late." You know what I mean? Like,
That's hack, though. I think if you think it's been said before, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Like I had this bit where it's like, "Hey, everybody, I haven't been punched in the face in 10 years. This wearing glasses thing works." I kind of just thought to myself, that's gotta have been said before. You know,
Yeah.
That's not too great of a joke. Even I don't like it, so I just kind of got rid of it. It was like that
was how I was. Taylor Evans, shout out to Taylor. He
Shout out to all these good
all of them,
comics
all
we're
of them.
doing all
But
that.
no, like he when I first started doing stand up, I had that hacky ass joke of "life's a pussy, you gotta say fuck it," you know, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he even told me, he goes, "Bro," he's like, "that's like a meme, you know what I mean? Like that's been done before." He's like, "You don't want to be that, like, you know what I mean?" And I was like, "You're right." Like, and right when he told me that, like, because I had that, and then I had a whole bunch of what was it, like a bunch of Disney jokes where like I was like, Sleeping Beauty, like the dude kisses. Oh no, that wasn't it. Beauty and the Beast. That's just bestiality and shit like that. You know what I mean? But then in my head, I was like, this is fucking clever. But it's also, and then he showed me all these memes where he's like, dude, it's been done before. Like,
Oh shit.
and I was like, oh fuck, like you're right. Toss that
Oh
shit.
shit.
So, but you see what I mean? Like, it's kind of scary because sometimes I'm like, holy shit, this joke's amazing, and I always will Google after I write a joke now, and then I'm like, it's been done, and I throw it away. It's like the heartbreak when you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's been done.
Yeah. Oh man. Terrible.
But it happens, man.
It makes us better though. It makes us more creative.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
We don't want to run the same play as somebody else, you know?
Like,
You know what I'm getting at?
I don't want to hear another no motherfucker make a joke about an Uno therapist. Like, that's, you know what I mean?
That'd be weird.
That's what I'm saying. So that's how, like, I've been trying to write lately. I've been trying to write as weird as possible.
Yeah.
Because if I hear anyone make anything remotely similar to, what if they're like, oh, sorry, the game with the therapist, it's like, okay, now,
I got you now, motherfucker.
little similar, you know what I mean? Or like, just like you with like your whole, you know what I mean? Like, you can't take, you can tell when someone like jacks somebody else's shit.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm
I
going
did do incel material, and some guy ran on stage at Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "I'm an incel," because I always go, "Hey, is there any incels
Yeah.
in the crowd?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I ran on stage," and he's like, "I'm an incel." I don't want to out him right now, but he's not a comic right now. And then we might see more of him though. And then I bleeped him, and he keeps messaging me shit, and it finally happened where I was like, because usually when I ask that question, there are any incels in the crowd, nobody really responds back and shit.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to own up to it. But
Yeah.
it finally happened where the guy was like, I really am one.
You're like,
He's,
whoa,
jumping,
I guess.
and he was jumping up and down in excitement about it, like fucking Mega Man. So
But
we might be seeing more of them, but we'll see what happens.
But whatchamacallit? Yeah, that's what I feel about, like, I know. I mean, I guess that wasn't really the question, but like, yeah, like you could totally tell when these people are. The fact that you are saying, "Oh, this could be considered hacky," is like showing how good of a comedian you are. Because some of these guys would be like, "I got this. That's something. I'm gonna use it no matter what."
I'm fearful. I don't take compliments well, and I constantly think I suck, to the point where it's like, dude, would you knock it off? I don't ever take a win, even like when I do well. I'm like, I don't know, that joke didn't work or shit. I always just constantly think it wasn't worth the shit. It sucked. Also, I've seen like better comics. I always compare myself to the better comics are vastly better, and that's kind of always look at it. So, and
but
like Saul showed up. Saul, I don't know how to say his last name.
I thought it was Saul, right?
Saul, I don't know. Trujillo, I don't know how to say his fucking last name. But he shows up, and I've seen him the last few days, and he's just like vastly better.
He's
and
amazing,
for him to do comedy, it's like as easy as breathing,
But
so
that's like, you got to remember, that's a decade in the making,
It is a decade in the making.
Same thing with Connor, Taylor, all of them. It's just because they have been, like me and you, we're not even halfway there yet to where they were. You know what I mean? We're not even half.
No.
Like, I'm not even we're not even 5 years. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I always think I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world. This is how I get by in life. I always say I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world.
Well, you can't think that way, man. You're a great comic, and you're.
No, I'm not. I'm not great. Anyway, I always just think I stink. I could be crappy at any point, and when people go, "Hey, you're doing," I go, "No, I'm not," and I don't take compliments ever. Here's how it went. A long time ago, I'm so crazy. This is even before comedy. I wrote down one day how many like insults and suggestions I got versus compliments. I knew the insults and suggestions was gonna way outnumber I did a tally poll of it, and it was when I was working at Office Depot, in Las Vegas, and then the guy was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm gonna write this down. You're creeping me out." It was great. I will say this very quick. It was great going back to Las Vegas with having a little bit of money and being over 21 years old. I can actually enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm a crazy person. I'm always going to look at it as like I'm not very good. I have this bit where it's like I'm an incel, and when you never get laid, everything computes into a negative. So you just leave every night with going, that was not a good night. I didn't get laid.
I mean, my thing is, I try not to beat myself up too much, but
I say do it all the time. You'll get better.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like I feel like it is nice.
You ever see the movie Whiplash?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's how I feel. You know what? Your performance wasn't that good. I'm never gonna tell you I'm never gonna tell you good job. That's the worst thing you can tell somebody.
I mean, well, that's what I was trying to say. Is like it's better to like beat yourself up than it is to be like, oh, I did. Like you know who you could probably think of who I'm talking about. There's a bunch of these guys who will bomb on stage and get off being like, I fucking did the best tonight, son. Like I had the best set. Blah blah blah. Or I did really good. I didn't. And then it's like you need to own up. Like if you did bad, you did bad. Like it happens to all of us.
We all don't have a good night. I've seen great comics go up there and not have a good night. It is what it is. It's just who cares. That I'm past. I'm never like, if I have I had a really terrible time at Laughs Unlimited, and it was a limited supply of laughs at Laughs Unlimited that night.
Shit. Hey, you know who's bombed at Laughs Unlimited?
Oh,
Tom Segura.
Oh, that's good to hear.
You never heard that story?
Never heard that story.
It's on Joe Rogan Experience. He literally.
Said Sacramento and everything.
Yeah. I think this was before Jenny was the host. By the way, shout out to Jenny. I love Jenny. I think it was before Jenny was like the owner. It was like older. I don't remember. But anyways, it was right when the Hurricane Sandy. What was like a big hurricane in the 2000s?
Weird.
Katrina.
Sandy happened in New York.
No, it wasn't in Sac. I meant like it was a big deal, a big deal hurricane that happened. I forgot.
Big deal hurricane. I have no clue. All right.
Anyways, a big hurricane happened where people were dying. Like that's how big of a deal it was.
Katrina?
I think it was Katrina.
That was the one in New Orleans. That was the one.
What year was that?
That was like 2005, I think.
Man, I didn't realize it was that. Okay, I think it was Hurricane Katrina, and he went up there and made like a whole joke about like finding their bodies in the water and shit like that, and like nobody laughed.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then the promoter yelled at him like, "Dude, like what the fuck was that?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then he was there for the weekend, and then the next day he did the same fucking joke again and bombed again.
God bless. God bless.
You gotta watch just look up Tom Segura Laughs Unlimited. I'm sure you'll.
God bless.
It's really humbling to hear that. You know what I mean? Because he's considered like he's up there. You know what I mean? So it's like.
I always call him. He's B minus Louis C.K.
Jeez. I mean,
he has the same.
He got
cadence,
promoted.
The same look, but he's not.
I think Louis C.K. looks more creepier.
I don't know. Louis C.K.'s second favorite comic of all time, in my opinion. Love him. He's one of my heroes.
Just sucks about the whole scandal, huh?
I've heard several stories. I'm not sure. You know what? I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. That's kind of how I look at it. I've heard several things that whatever. I wasn't there. He wasn't totally appropriate, but man, was he fucking funny.
You think You think he will ever come back?
From what I hear, he does shows. He sells out. He does well.
Oh.
He doesn't do arenas anymore. I'm not sure if he does theaters anymore. He does this thing, but it's not a major scale like it was. So he does well for himself, but he's not what he was where he's fucking selling out arenas.
Yeah.
He's never going to be on a big time show or movie anymore. But in my opinion, mainstream comedy is dead. So that's kind of how I look at it. I always look at a comedy as like it's an underground thing where you got to do well for yourself. But when it comes to doing movies and TV shows, dude, they don't even make fucking comedy movies anymore.
I've noticed that. I was like talking to my roommate and my girlfriend about this. We were talking about like, because I was like, oh, you gotta watch like one movie. Do you ever watch The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah, I saw that. A little bit of that.
It's funny. Like but the whole thing is they're making fun of, people that
I wouldn't even say they're making fun of them. That seemed like they was
that's
like
the thing that we had an argument about was they were saying, oh, that's kind of messed up, and I'm like,
no,
I
mean I would say that
yes, but
that was
in a way,
light-hearted movie where they were like,
and Johnny, they weren't actors, they were people who actually had mental disabilities, but he still hired them to do this, so they were like working actors.
I'm biased here. Your friends are wrong on that one. That was a light-hearted movie where they weren't.
I got in an argument with them. I was like, nah. I'm like, I understand because I explained. I was like, no. So this is what happened. So basically, he's trying to rig the Special Olympics, and then they're like, that's horrible. I'm like, I know.
They didn't watch the movie then. I think
they think it's gonna be too bad, and I was like, I think you'll like
they didn't watch the movie. Okay, I know. I understand what's going on. They didn't even watch the movie.
Yeah, I personally
screw your friends.
I personally think it was a lighthearted movie, and it actually did teach you a valuable lesson. And then look at, for example, Johnny Knoxville thought it was gonna be easy, but it wasn't easy. See what I mean? So it teaches you a valuable lesson.
I even think like something about Mary. Like I even think that still isn't that bad because it's making fun of a jerk off that is just literally calling them the R word, and everyone's just saying like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Because Cameron Diaz worked with mentally challenged people. It's like, no, we don't do that at all. He's like, yeah, when you put them in those cages, I felt I feel bad for those silly bastards. Like, no, that's not how we do that at all. Like, they're making fun of the crazy person who thinks that's what they do with mentally challenged people. So.
Yeah,
I'm always gonna be in defense of that shit, no matter what, though. So
I just think I think there's a limit. Like, I always hate when, like, people, even in movies, I hate when people get so serious about stuff that is in a comedy. Comedy movie.
Well, they have to wish they don't make comedy movies anymore. They barely have comedy shows anymore.
That's what I fucking hate. It's like, bro, like, why you ruin it? If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yep, that's how it usually goes.
Same thing with stand-up. If you don't like stand-up,
just get out of there.
Don't watch it. Don't listen to it, and don't take anything a comedian says seriously.
I'm a big fan of Legion and Skinks. You've heard of that podcast, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to reveal anything. But anyway, they did a few episodes where they directly made fun of mentally challenged people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, even for me, I was like, and I turned off the episode and I listened the next week. I was just like, I don't like this today. I don't like this week, but I'll listen next week, you know?
Yeah. I said, it's like, as long as you're not being a fucking complete dickhead, like, overall, like, horrible to, like if you can tell it's like a joke and stuff like that, it shouldn't be like, of course I get why The Ringer got, like, so much.
I don't think I got any shit. I think that was a movie where everyone's like, okay, cool, I understand what's going on.
It's like, even like, you know,
I think you gotta force your friend to watch this movie. Yeah. I think there's
one of the guy that was like Johnny Knoxville's best friend in the movie. They're actually friends in real life, and that dude helped him write the movie.
All right, you know what? That does it. If your friends don't watch this movie, I'm gonna go over to your friends and scream in them in the face. I mean that.
It's a good movie. It's
a lighthearted. Yeah, it's one of the nicest. It's like one of the fucking nicest movies made ever.
And it teaches you a valuable lesson.
It's a come on. It's a heartwarming fucking movie.
I'm trying to think of other, like, early 2000s comedy movies that were, like, really fun. Like,
Bad Santa, but that was just mean. It was just mean all the way.
Yeah, it was like fun. Like, oh shit, I keep forgetting, like, my cord on my. By the way, I'm like sweating balls because I have to turn off my AC to record, or else it'll sound like.
Oh man, guess what I got? I got a nice fucking $150 AC unit right by my fucking face.
I have the AC. I don't even hear it.
Yeah, well, guess what? I got noise cancellation on my mic. I got a good ass mic, you know that.
Yeah, I need to get one eventually, a better one. I got this the Yeti. I almost called it a snowball. It's not a snowball.
Yeah, yep. Those are just bullshit. I'm sorry, I don't want to make fun of your mic and shit. Those are bullshit.
Yeah, I know. I discovered it a year later after I already bought it.
You got to have one of those mics that you got to put it directly to your mouth. You know that. You've done this comedy bullshit long enough. You can't just have a fucking microphone.
Well, I bought the microphone for streaming purposes. Like,
you know what? You know what, Jordan? Realize. You need to make more money. You know what? You need to be a 1%er like me. You know, like Madman.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. I'm a failure.
You're a failure. You need to make a lot of money. You watch the DuckTales. You gotta swim in that shit. You know. Woohoo! That's right.
Well, we're actually getting close to the 1 hour mark.
Could you imagine if you dove into a pool of coins? How painful that'd be.
You didn't see that episode of Family Guy where he breaks his back and legs and everything, and he's all, it's a solid. It's not a liquid.
I didn't see that one. No.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I didn't see that one. Anyway, our YouTube history past. We both had them. We both started sort of comedy.
Yeah.
Early on. I started when I was 21. He started when he was 10, basically. What the fuck?
I would say 12.
12 years old. What do you look like? A total hard ass. Me, I don't know. I always kind of look the same. Except I wore more flannel shirts, and I had a soul patch that I didn't get rid of for a long. Well, I just thought that was what all the cool people had. They had soul patches, and as a nu metal fan, I thought the soul patches were in, and then I adapted to the trimmed beard look. So.
Well, I like the beard. The beard looks nice.
The soul patch was not. At one point, I had a mustache.
Oh wow.
because during that time, hipsters had mustaches, and I wanted to be one that, whatever.
Fair.
So for a 3-month period, I had a mustache, and then when I got rid of it, everyone was happy. And a good friend of mine, he's a good close friend of mine. He meant this from the bottom of his heart. He said, "I'm glad you got rid of that mustache. You look so fucking gay." And he didn't mean that to be shitty. He meant that from the bottom of his heart. So when he said that, I said, I understand what you meant by that. And I took it, as constructive criticism. Sometimes, look, if you're doing this shit, you got to take constructive criticism,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I always am welcome to, like, actual criticism. Like, don't be like, oh, like, if I'm on stage, don't be like, oh, that sucked. Just be like, hey, man, like, I noticed this part fell flat. I personally think if you did blah, 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 like, that's, like, constructive.
Yes, that's what I love. Yeah, when they go,
don't be like, you fucking suck. I'm like, why? You just did.
Yeah, that's no good. I haven't had a whole lot of that. One person.
Hang on, one more thing. Also, if I bombed on stage, hang on, I'm gonna look at the camera for this one. If I bomb on stage and you also bomb on stage, don't fucking give me any fucking advice, okay? Like, if that night, you have no permission to give me any advice if you also bombed. That's all I gotta say.
It's just, you can walk up to the guy and you're like, well, fuck it.
Yeah, it's like, that's like, it's so stupid. It's like, oh, dude, I fucking bombed on stage. And then you go up there and bomb. And then you come up to me and you're like, what? I go up to you and like, Mark, what happened, dude? You fucking sucked. And it's like, didn't you just bomb as well?
Hey, what happened to you? Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That happens so much. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Man, you've been doing this for longer than me.
I mean, what, a year longer? If that?
Oh, yeah, it hasn't been that long.
How long? 2 or 3 years?
One of the first times I went to good old Finnegan's, everyone's favorite open mic. I saw you, Nick, and Tom Bickle, and I talked to. I think you might have left early, so I talked to Tom Bickle and Nick Michelson, and then Tom Bickle the whole night was just like, "Come on, who gives a shit? Just go. Who cares? Come on." He just kept doing this. He's like, "Come on, whatever." Yeah. I like that guy.
Yeah,
but,
Tom's great.
And then Nick talked to me the whole night, even though I even do comedy.
He's so friendly.
The oh so friendly Nick. He's a crazy person.
Yeah.
His plans for buying cars are crazy. Where he just buys one, he knows it's gonna get repoed, which I'm not sure if that's the best financial plan ever.
I don't think he knows.
I'm not sure if he knows either, but
he's a great guy. I love him.
He's a good guy, and he helped me out during that Vegas trip. We helped each other. That was a very bonding trip. It really was.
I'm glad you guys bonded over that.
We did bond. We had we also knew a Vegas car ride is going to be a pain in the ass. So we also knew not to fucking keep yapping all throughout the fucking trip.
Yeah, because you get drained after too long.
Yeah, it was 100. Also, it was 110 degrees in Vegas when we got there, so it was just like.
It's like 100 degrees in my fucking room right now.
Man, I'm so happy about fucking having this AC unit.
Well,
I'm so happy talking to you right now.
Well, sadly, we're gonna have to end it because it's been over an hour. We have our first episode basically done, Mark.
It was a nice episode.
It was
a friendly episode. Hopefully they can see us. I'm not quite sure.
Do you have anything you'd like to plug for the first time?
Oh, good. I always like this. I was doing this too on my Twitch streams. Yes, I do actually. I'm on Twitch. Who cares about Twitch? Sometimes I do.
No, shout it out.
Okay, I'm on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Madman Maple. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. I hate the fact that I'm on TikTok, but it had to happen because you gotta. Whatever, you gotta get your names out. I'm doing motivational talks on there. I'm not fucking happy or motivated at all. So anyway, I'm on there at Madman Maple on TikTok and on Instagram. That's about it. And the Maple train is a chugging.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. It took a while. Boy, did it take a while, but it's finally a chugging. And people are, People are noticing finally. What do you got to plug?
All my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Jordan Q-Baum, Q-B-A-U-M. Also YouTube, Jordan Quattlebaum. I do skits, comedy shows, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube too. Madman Maple. I do beer reviews.
Yeah. Also check out www.qbombcomedy.com. I'll actually have a little link in that page eventually. Whenever this episode is out, it should be out, where on my website there's a whole area where you can find the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, stuff like that. So please check out qbombcomedy.com. And you also could see future shows that I do.
Sick.
But yeah, guys, thank you for watching our first episode, and please listen to it so we will be motivated to make more.
We're gonna make more regardless.
That's true. We have nothing else to do.
I never quit. If no one listens, who gives a shit? Never quit.
That's true. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening or watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Right?
Yes. Continued success.
Continued success. All right, bye, guys.